Welcome to the Distillery Channel Network, bringing you another feature by the DistilleryChannel.com. My name is Randy Weckerly, and sitting across the table from me is the lovely Jean Latham. How you doing, Jean?
I'm awesome today, Randy.
You look awesome, as always.
I feel awesome.
On the eve of 4th of July.
4th of July, yes.
Yeah, you got big plans?
I don't know. I think this is it.
This is awesome.
Big
What
plans.
better? We're talking
This
to
big
America
plans.
once again. High atop the 48th floor, coming from somewhere in northern Illinois. The DistilleryChannel.com is welcoming you to another great show. And where are we going to be going this week, Gene?
We're actually going to Sonoma County wine country in California.
I'm looking forward to that and a lot of the things we're going to do after we tell people a few things about us. What are we? We are the premier libations and entertainment destination source for craft spirits, beer, and the wine industry. And where can they find us, Gene?
They can find us at www.thedistillerychannel.com. You can also like us on Facebook at The Distillery Channel. You can follow us on Twitter at Distillery Chan.
Distillery Chan. Okay.
And like us on Instagram at the Distillery Channel.
That is so much for people to do.
It is. It's a lot.
Ridiculous.
You know, it's all about the social media.
It is.
Though.
It is. Everything today is all about the millennials. Somehow, the millennials have more people today than baby boomers. Did you know that?
Absolutely. Yep. Just recently.
Yeah. So I'm in second place now. So are you. You're sort of. Well,
No,
I'm not going to say.
I'm on the edge.
Yeah, you're edge. Well, we'll get to that later. Some of the things we're going to be talking about coming up. We're going to have facts. Oh, that's going to be interesting. U.S. presidents. I think the facts about the U.S. president is going to be a highlight.
It actually is pretty interesting. It is about the drinking habits of the U.S. president.
Right.
It's not just facts about the president.
Right.
It's specific.
Well, and we're going to have a cocktail recipe. It's going to be a good one.
Have you found the cocktail recipe?
We have 10 for you to choose from. I've got it here in the hat.
Oh, that's frightening.
In the hat, you get your choice. So
That's
you're going to be.
frightening.
There's some in there that could hurt you. The thing that we decided not to do. Should we say what we? No, we can't talk about that
What
one.
did we decide not to do?
Well, the one that's written right here. No.
Okay, go ahead.
Suck, bang, blow recipe?
No.
No, we're not going to do that one.
No.
No. How
That
about
one-
girls' night out cocktails?
That would be okay.
Do those? No.
No, not that one either.
I just wonder if no. How those got tied together like that?
Hey, we're also going to be talking about some featured stops. We have some national special events in Sonoma County
Right.
area. We have the Sonoma County Music Festival coming up. We have the 14th annual Russian River Beer Revival and Barbecue.
Can you say it again?
What do you
Forget
think?
it.
What do you think goes on there?
I have no idea.
And we actually have Sonoma Wine Country Weekend, which is coming up Labor Day weekend, which is, I've heard, a fantastic event.
Yeah, I found another one just as we were getting ready. It's in September. They have a GoPro Grand Prix of Sonoma. I think it's IndyCar. That's what it says. It's IndyCar. So I guess I'm pretty
IndyCar.
spot on that.
Hey, how about the absolutely worst people ever to fly with on the plane?
Can't wait to get to that feature coming. When we
That
went
was-
out to
that was
Sonoma
fun.
and all of our trips, we have met most of those people.
We have on many of our trips and our events. We're also going to be talking about the best watering holes in the winery, brewery, and distillery industry.
Right.
And we're actually our feature is obviously going to be Sonoma County.
Right.
And so we're going to be talking quite a bit about what goes on there and all the wineries they have. Do you know they have so I've read a couple different things. Somewhere between 300 and 400 wineries in that particular area.
Why is this so hard to count?
Well,
Why is it an
because
estimate?
There's different articles. There's different information out there. Anyways, they have a lot of them
Yeah.
for a relatively small area.
Beer?
So
We're going to get into beer?
we're going to get into beer. We're going to get into breweries.
Distilleries.
Yes, the breweries. We're going to get into distilleries and the wineries.
Well, we're going to be going here to break just quickly, but we're going to have a lot of fun on this particular trip. I can't wait to get to that segment about the people traveling on a plane.
On the plane, yes.
That's just
also
ridiculous.
Make sure we talk about where we're going to stay out there. Because,
That's right.
There's some pretty spectacular things with some hot springs out there.
Absolutely. Be right back, Randy and Gene. I just wanted to hear the music go just a little bit. That's good music, you know?
It's great music.
Who picked that? Yeah.
Who picked that music, Randy?
I don't know, Gene. Somebody did. Somebody did. You know, we got to get to some
I'm
of
kind
our...
of like the background noise a lot.
I think that's what you keep referring to me as. Anyway, one of the things we do is we feature destination trips. And coming soon, the DistilleryChannel.com, along with our award-winning Where to Play Golf radio team, will be traveling to great destinations like Hawaii, the Golden Isles of Georgia, Napa, and Sonoma, and even Lake Tahoe. Even more spectacular, you can now sign up and go with us. 2016 Station for Vacation listener trips created by you, for you, and with our loyal fans. Join myself, Randy Weckerly, and Gene Latham of the DistilleryChannel.com, along with our Where to Play Golf team with Michael Stewart and Tim Bona. And they are going to have a special kind of trip, and that's on our Where to Play Golf kind of guys. Joining us on future trips will be the iconic LPGA Hall of Famer Nancy Lopez and her Nancy Lopez Golf Adventure Team. Learn the finer points of golf and enjoying life while sharing one of magic moments with Nancy and her team as we learn what it takes to make a real pro tick. Sign up now and get more information about our fall and spring upcoming trips. More information can be found at thedistillerychannel.com. That's thedistillerychannel.com. You know, one of the things we also do when we have our Station for Vacation trips is going to be down at the Golden Isle. Mm-hmm. Man, I'll tell you what, that is going to be spectacular.
Fantastic places. We've been there. We actually had the opportunity to spend a couple weeks last fall there in the Golden Isle. There's Jekyll Island, Sea Island, Tybee. There's just, I think, about a half a dozen of them, very close to Savannah. One of our favorite places was the King and Prince Resort. Yep. Our friend Bud there has been was more than gracious when we stayed there. I think that we ended up having some room, oceanfront condos.
You know, we were only about 75 yards away from the ocean. Anyway, guys, this fall we're going to be looking to set up a destination for vacation trip with our Where to Play Golf guys. We're going to have a number of radio stations that are going to be taking their listeners down to the Golden Isle with us, King and the Prince, the Westin Jekyll Island, possibly a few other destination locations. So join us on our destination trips.
Can we get to that?
We'll get to Savannah. Yeah, I think we're all about our destination trips. I think it's time to go back to our show. Spectacular. I love this music. Well, I think it's now time, Gene, that we should venture on to Sonoma. How much better can it get? So, anyway, one of the things that we talked about, 4th of July, let's get in the tribute to the presidents, because it's the 4th of July, and the presidents are the highlight of the 4th of July. So, some of the research that Gene did pertaining to a tribute on this 4th of July to a few of our U.S. presidents.
Oh, all related to their drinking habits. So we're talking teetotalers, the connoisseurs, and maybe a little mix of an alcoholic or two in there. I don't know. But you know what's interesting, Randy, is that George Washington actually had one of the first distilleries.
Of course. Well, who would have one before him if he was a president? He'd be the first president.
No. I'm just saying one of the first presidents that had, first president, obviously, that had a distillery, but being the first president. So anyway, it's still located. It's still operating in Mount Vernon.
It is.
To this day.
Oh, they don't go out. I don't think there's ever been a distillery go broke in America.
No, and he was smart about it. So listen, he said, actually, George Washington, he knew absolutely nothing, at least in the beginning, about the distilled spirits. So it was, in fact, a Scottish farmer who convinced him to start a distillery. Smartly, Washington recognized that booze was a potentially huge revenue source, and he used ingredients basically from his land to produce what is known as rye whiskey today. Well,
and then they found a way to tax it.
Very handsomely, I might add.
He invented it, and then he taxed it. 14th President Franklin Pierce is remembered as something as a drunk.
So we're going to start out with the alcoholic right away.
Yeah,
right?
We got to go to you got to do them in line. And it says, he said at the end he drank quite a bit.
Actually, I think he never turned a drink down. I think that was what it was.
Yeah, well, here's his favorite line when he left the White House. And he simply said, "What can an ex-president of the United States do except get drunk?"
We're not going to talk about current today, what that might mean. But
he said at least he was coherent enough to survive one term as leader. Abraham Lincoln basically...
Wait. What did he die of, though? What did he die of?
He said to die of alcoholic excess.
Whoops.
Who knew?
Boom.
Okay, Abraham Lincoln, teetotaler. Ulysses S. Grant, everybody thought he was a drinker. He really didn't. He had a low tolerance of alcohol. And strangely, he's my fifth cousin.
No
Oh,
way.
yeah.
No
oh, yeah.
way.
Oh, yeah. I'm
Well,
from Northern Illinois. Galena is where he is.
I don't think he could have had too much of a teetotaler because apparently he had an $1,800 champagne bill alone for one dinner that he had.
I'm still paying it off.
That's what you inherited. Was that your inheritance?
I didn't get to use any part of the Galena home. It's just, here's the bill, Randy. And here's another few things is that I like Herbert Hoover. I find this one the most ironic. Herbert Hoover was a wine collector and a martini. Well, we're going to get to that. He was a martini enthusiast, and he loved his precious wines. Herbert's esteemed wine collection was precious to him, said Mrs. Hoover, until she poured it out all over the ground.
So was she one of those like the women's temperance movement? Possibly.
Yeah, no, she was just started prohibition is when it started.
Right. She was. That's when the women's temperance movement was all engaged.
Well, here's what one thing goes hand in hand. The Great Depression started right in the same Herbert Hoover tour.
So did the Depression part start first?
What do you think? He was depressed or he was happy?
And he started
he lost his
drinking,
wine? Yeah.
or he started drinking and then the Depression happened?
It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Now, strangely enough, a guy who served 4 terms and the country loved him, got us out of war, repealed.
Alcohol?
Franklin D. Roosevelt said, enough of that.
Franklin.
Yeah, we're going down the road of having some good times.
He was also famous for the dirty martini.
And Harry Truman, remember, and unfortunately he had to use the atomic bomb to help end World War II. But he was not a drunk by any stretch of imagination. He just liked to take a shot of bourbon before tackling big decisions.
I think he started his day like that. He's like, no, pass the coffee. I'll just take a shot of bourbon.
So to fast forward, JFK, he loved daiquiris, Bloody Marys, and Marilyn Monroe. What? What's a Marilyn Monroe? I have no idea.
It's a drink, yeah.
Oh, okay, sure.
Right.
His brother took care of that. George H. Bush didn't get out of hand, but anyway, young George was a serious drinker, no stranger to hangovers as a young man, but quit cold turkey in 1986. Wonder why he quit cold turkey.
Right. Must have had something happen. Possibly.
And our current president, Barack Obama, looking at the landscape of the scene after his presidency, decided to make all his beer in the kitchen.
In-house, so to speak. In the big house,
Yeah.
in the big White House.
Yeah.
So, no, he actually brewed his own beer, is what I understand. Actually, and I just heard that like recently on the news.
Yeah.
So
it's now...
You don't have to pay taxes, though, if you brew your own.
I don't think so.
Brew, right?
It's ale to the chief.
Ale to the chief.
All right. Let's
Funny.
go to Sonoma. Next stop.
Sonoma. Sonoma is one of the most wonderful areas. It's a little bit... it's backdoor neighbor to Napa, which we're all very familiar with, Napa Valley area. However, Sonoma is got to be about 50 miles of coastline, beautiful coastline right here. They have the most diverse climates there, and that's why they have such diversity in the wines that they grow there. So it was pretty fascinating learning up on it. I didn't study a lot when I was in school, but I find this stuff pretty fascinating.
Well, we're gonna get to how you can get a different education in a moment here, but I love this line that somebody has invented, and it says sources also say that they have some fun with the Napa rivalry on their tour, leading a group prayer that ends with Napa makes auto parts, Sonoma makes wine.
I bet you Napa Valley doesn't.
We're
like
going to go
that
to
very
Napa
well.
and check that out in the next show. Anyway, they've got a lot of, I think one of the things that's cool about that is that when you can go to the shoreline or just go for a ride or just
they have redwoods, they have waterfalls, they have beautiful valleys and vistas, and I mean, there's just some amazing areas. Did you know that there's over 6% of the wine is grown in the Sonoma Valley area, and it's actually one of the smaller regions of the entire state.
It's 6% of what? All the wine?
6% of all the wine in California.
Really?
Did I not finish that sentence?
Well, I didn't know if it was 6% of all the wine you drank or.
Well, that too. Cheers.
Cheers. That's for that. No, that's French. We got to learn something else. So there's different kinds of wines, and I always get, to me it's red and white.
We have we have some of them that they grow there are Sauvignon Blanc, very delicious. Chardonnay,
Of course.
Pinot Noir,
Yeah.
Merlot.
How do you know how to pronounce all this stuff?
Oh, I've been around. Randy.
We're going to get to that
They
in a
have
minute.
Zinfandel, they have Syrah, and my favorite, Cabernet.
Cabernet Sauvignon.
That is
You can
not
get that
how
with
you
your
say
the
that.
Cabernet Sauvignon with your Filet Vignon.
filet mignon.
No, that's way too complicated for me.
So, anyway, it is about time, I believe, for a Carnarvon wagon.
We're going to go Carnarvon wagon?
No. Can we go to the Carnarvon wagon yet? I want to go to the Carnarvon wagon.
We're going to pull out, is it the recipe of the day?
How do we do that? Okay, so you're changing up the rules a little bit on me. So I had found a great recipe, and now I'm not sure where you're going with this.
Do you want to go back to that one?
I'm a little concerned.
Your title is just... We're going to do a drawing. So here, guys, we're going to go over this just a minute. We might have to go to break in a minute, but we're going to take some time. There were 10 drinks that you can have in California.
Prospects?
Yes. Number 1.
10 prospects.
I just found these in a book. Death by Sex. Number 2, rip off the page, Menage a Trois. Number 3, The Cheater Rita. Number 4, Tie Me to the Bedpost. Now, these are titles for drinks. They got recipe.
Nice. Where did you find these, Randy?
Number 5.
What's the heading of
number
this?
Number 5, the heading is bar trash.
Oh, nice. Wow.
Well, and number 5 is absolutely horny. What's in that one? Okay. Let's see. Number 6 is hot lesbian sex. Probably won't talk about that. Well, you got it in the drawing. We're going to have a drawing here of the 10, and young Gene is going to pick
Very
her
nice.
Mm-hmm.
Glad to know what
Number 7 is ass candy. Number 8 is screaming sex with a bartender. Number 9, Wyoming leg spreader. And number 10, brunettes can be sluts too. So I know that's real. So
oh my God! Wow.
What are the chances? So pick your recipe of the day.
So is the name on here, or what's this?
It'll have a number. It'll have a number. Just don't read it. Just pick one. What number?
I have number 10.
Number 10. Well, sorry. Brunettes can be sluts too.
Are you serious? Oh my gosh!
You want to try it? Put it back and try again.
Sure.
Okay.
Can we pick another one?
Just pick another one.
Because I'm not really thrilled with that now.
Go right ahead.
Ha!
What is the number?
Number 10.
Well,
weird.
You're 10,
Must
Gene.
have been stacked.
I don't know how that happened.
Let's see how that goes.
I don't know.
So we're going with brunettes can be what?
Sluts 2.
That's a terrible name, Randy. Terrible.
I don't know what to tell you. It just happened. It just happened. Anyway, what is in that drink is actually a real drink. 1 ounce of Crown. Must be Royal Crown. Do you know?
Crown Royal.
Oh, now you know.
Yeah.
All right. So this is your drink.
I just know. From, again, past life, past experience.
This is not your... I never thought of you that way. Should I think of you that way?
Crown Royal? Absolutely.
Half ounce of raspberry liquor, half ounce of triple sec, half ounce of cranberry, and 1 ounce of Sprite. It says, shake ingredients in a cocktail shaker with ice. Strain into a shot glass. So there you have it, my lovelies. Hope these make your next gathering a little bit more potent and playful. For all the brunette sluts out there, enjoy and sip responsibly.
I'm not sure if I'm very pleased with that title or not.
I think it must be a mistake. We'll have to work on it next time. You want to try another one? Here.
No, I don't, because I know how I know you've got the same ones in there.
Well, maybe it was one upside down.
All right.
Okay. Where are we going on to next?
We are actually heading off to the, let's do product of the week. I think it's pretty appropriate for Sonoma wine country.
We might have to save that one.
Why?
Well, strangely, I was just looking at the timeline here. We're going to have to talk about some of the people that support us. Coming up. We're going to break.
All right.
We're going to break. It's been great. This is Randy and Gene. Come back. We're going to do product of the week, talk about real bad guys on a plane, and a lot of fun in Sonoma.
Live eco-style for the insatiable, eco-minded traveler, the leader in eco-experiential lifestyle, inspiring, guiding, and connecting people to have a deeper, richer, and more personal experience while traveling. It's about uniting and tying conservation, communities, and sustainability. We capture the pure joy of discovering the eco-pleasures the world has to offer. It's a lifestyle. Where and how to live and travel, the culture and community, food, health and wellness, relaxation and nature and adventure, all from an eco perspective. That's www.liveecostyle.com. golfcourses.com.
I love that commercial. I like the lifestyle, too. That's sort of what we live by.
We do. We do. We have a lot of good food, a lot of good times. We're very eco-sensitive about a lot of things.
Yeah, that's a Randy and Jean thing. It's a cool thing. Going to take you around the world. Where to Play Golf Network, the golf's premier entertainment and destination source. Partnering with world-class golf courses and premier resorts, we are America's only golf destination. Vacation and travel radio show. Where to Play Golf provides the most discriminating golfer unparalleled opportunities for golfing adventures of distinction. From famous 19th holes, dining with, drinking destinations, historical and cultural experiences, relaxation and recreational pursuits, and off-the-beaten-path golf adventures from a purely entertainment perspective. Awarded the 2016 Golf Radio Show of the Year. It's information, it's quirky, it's golf. People like us, and we like them. It's a golf chemistry thing that grows the game. There is nothing quite like it anywhere. Visit us at www.wheretoplaygolf.com. Michael Stewart, Tim Bona, America's #1 team, wheretoplaygolf.com.
Where the hell are we?
I have no idea. We're going to sit and chit chat.
We're on the Aeronate feature on the.
Of course we are.
We are seriously.
So it looks like this in the yellow. Anyway, I don't care about this. There's nothing about this that I like. So we had to take a small break here. Just you don't know.
We had to regroup.
We had to have a drink. I'm going to keep on drinking because it's just not as much fun if you're sober doing this show. So we now
I'm sensing a problem here, though. Do you have to have cocktails to be able to be
we decided to get a little meat
entertaining? we do have some meat. We have some meat and some Wisconsin finest cheeses.
Yeah. Well, to get ready for this segment, we decided to go down fire down some alcohol, eat some meat and cheese. Well, we didn't. We decided to eat meat and cheese because we got the munchies. We took about a 20-minute time out.
What did you do, Randy, to get the munchies?
We sat.
Because I'm not really hungry. I'm just saying.
In our particular life, full of stress, God, we've traveled around the world, and sometimes we do this show. We sort of bump into each other's edge, so to speak. So we just sat back in the backyard, and we were just sitting and discussing life while we drank a little bit more.
Couple cocktails. Just one cocktail, actually.
So we're going to go
one cocktail.
No, we didn't. It's one.
No, it was just one.
Just because it never gets dry does not count as one. That the
ice cubes did not see the bottom of my glass.
The only hole in that glass is at the top, going down your throat. Jean just did a 20-minute feature with a
leaf.
A leaf.
I missed the leaf. I should have brought the leaf in.
Yeah. How do you show somebody that? Oh, that's right. We got a camera going.
I don't know. We had cover the eye. I like
Yeah.
pirate.
So
then I had one back here.
Yeah.
Like Indian, Native American.
Yeah.
I also did the geisha.
Geisha. Cover the eye for the pirate.
I already did that one.
You're
missing that?
No, the one that I got fixated on was you took the leaf, put it on your upper lip, made the Hitler joke. God,
I did.
I did.
It was pretty funny.
I don't understand what happened there, but we'll go with that. So
he thinks he's the edgy one. I'm the edgy one.
Oh, trust me, I know what's going on in this scenario. We're going to have a report later on from our roving correspondent, Rob, from downtown Chicago. It's going to be interesting. It's the 4th of July in downtown Chicago, and everybody knows that downtown Chicago has a flavor all to its own right
It does, yeah. There's a lot of things going on down there.
I can't wait till when we go to Chicago to do our feature there. What's that? Is that coming up in our next show?
It is, actually, yes. Chicago. We're looking at Chicago. We're looking at Galena, Illinois, which is probably for a lot of people not familiar with that, but it's a great Midwestern destination. We're looking at Michigan, the Leelanau area. There's fabulous wineries and breweries, and a few distilleries up in that area.
So,
but yeah,
so let's go back to Chicago just for a minute. So,
why do you want to go back to Chicago, Randy?
That's where Jean and I met in our beginnings.
Yes,
in downtown Chicago.
We did.
Chicago's never been the same. Nobody
Good old state in Delaware.
It was over a cup of coffee and a lifetime ago. We had a great time. So downtown Chicago, we're diverting from Sonoma right now. 'Cause I think
the audience gets that now.
Yeah, well, again, we're going to talk about some things that were really fun in Chicago. And then we'll get to Sonoma. Okay, Sonoma, what you have to do is call us because we haven't come there to do our destination.
We want to go there.
Yeah,
we do.
yeah.
It's on my bucket list.
Well,
that absolutely is on my bucket
Gene
list.
has been, though, in the area. I have not. I've traveled the whole state of California.
And I'm also a wine drinker. Significantly wine drinker.
Hence, I'm a meat and cheese eater.
Hence the platter of meat and cheese in front of you.
Well, in California, no, this is wackadoodle state. Now we've gone really squirrel.
California's not wackadoodle.
Oh, trust me.
It's not. No.
A guy on a skateboard with a flag in his ass, as I remember. Long Beach.
What are you watching this morning?
That was on some travel show. I mean, they're sitting there going down.
Is it like a Good Morning America or something, or what?
I don't know if that's a good.
Did he have anything else except for the flag in his ass?
No. Let's go back to Chicago just for a minute.
Okay.
So in downtown Chicago, we went down there, I don't know, 2-3 months ago, and we went to this place called the Red-Headed Piano Bar.
Yes.
And they started, and you sit around this piano for
long hours. Late at night.
Now,
Nothing starts there until like 11 o'clock at night.
No, it's a great place to go. And it's down in the cellar. We got there at 7, so we got near the piano.
Well, it was 8. I think it was 8 o'clock.
No, we were 7 o'clock.
We had some cocktails.
It was 7 o'clock.
We met some really fine people.
We did.
And then we started singing and dancing at about 11 o'clock at night.
Gene started singing and screaming.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It was so fun. It was. Like they do this, you throw as much money as you want into the hat or into their, their tip bucket there. Right. But you can sing, and they have the most talented people ever that are playing the piano and stuff there, and people sing along. It is amazing. It's a big wraparound bar, and you can sit there and you have your cocktails and you drink and you sing and you make tons of friends from actually all over the country.
Well, Gene,
all over the world. Remember the people that we met?
Well, the woman next to Gene, sitting next to Gene, was supposedly getting married. She was from Phoenix or somewhere.
Soon, like in 2 weeks.
And she decided that she fell in love with Gene.
She wanted to be my best friend.
No, she fell in love with Gene.
No, she did. She was marrying this guy, but she wanted to be with me.
She wanted to take Gene home that night. So I'm sitting there looking at this, and I'm going like, well, that's interesting. I should get the camera. This would be a great feature.
I was like 19 cocktails deep in this thing.
We were, and she wrapped arms in arm with you. and her
actually, I think it was like more boob to boob thing.
Boob squared.
Boob squared.
And her soon-to-be husband was looking at her going, really?
And I'm taking you to Mexico at a really fancy resort to get married, and I think you're in love with this girl.
Yeah. So how's our Sonoma show going?
Awesome. No, it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's just, here's the thing, is everywhere we travel, we meet such interesting people, and we've traveled all around the country. We've traveled, outside of the country, obviously, but we have made some of the most fantastic friends and just really great experiences. Yeah. Every place that we go, we eat, drink, be merry, and eat, so the thing about it is everywhere we go, even though we're the Distillery channel, we have the opportunity to have some of the most amazing food and drink in the whole wide world.
And the way that happens?
It just happens.
It just happens. We go into
World's
a community.
Biggest scam ever.
Yeah, it is. This is a scam in
It's not a scam. It's not a scam.
We got to do research.
Got
to do research.
But you have to be there. I mean, you have to experience it to be able to talk about it. So that's the fun and cool thing, and that's what we do with this. Yeah. And this is what we're going to continue to do.
Well, again, the reason we're going to Sonoma is it's a quick hop over to Maui.
So other places that we've been to. Yeah. Where are the other places that we've
Maui.
been to?
That's what brought Maui. If we go to Sonoma, and we can encourage some of these people to have us come out to Sonoma very soon to do this fulfilling research. Well, there's Adam Spiegel at that distillery we're going to talk about here upcoming.
Absolutely.
Great guy. We met him in Chicago at the American. We are, by the way,
Crafts Distillery Association.
Yeah, we're one of the platforms that we've been privileged to try to get the story out in the American Craft Distillery Association and get the individual stories out in the distilleries across the country. So it allows us to go in and have a couple of drinks and do some things. But Adam was a great guy. Anyway, it is truly, we're going to have him on air. I guess we're going to have to push him on to the next show.
Adam Spiegel.
Yeah, and he does a really interesting thing. We're going to go just to a real short break, and we're going to be right back. And it's Randy and Gene.
Be back soon.
With the DistilleryChannel.com, I think. We'll be right back. Once again, I'd like to talk about Nancy Lopez and the Nancy Lopez Golf Adventures. Nancy is going to become part of our trips coming up in the next few years. We're working with her closely to take and make her a very meaningful part of our trips going on our great elite national Where to Play Golf destination vacations for our listeners. Right now, you can go to www.wheretoplaygolf.com, dial the number 84 Golf Trips, 84, that's 84 Golf Trips, and get some information about our upcoming trips in the fall and next spring. We're going to be going to places like Maui, Kauai,
Lake
Tahoe. Yeah, Lake Tahoe is coming up.
A few minibus destinations.
Kiowa, the Georgia Golf Trail,
Michigan,
down in
Key
Florida,
West.
all over Florida. Key West, we're going to talk about. We've been there. But Nancy couldn't have been a sweeter, more wonderful icon of the people in golf, and her staff is great. Can't wait to get on these trips. Join us. WhereToPlayGolf.com. That's WhereToPlayGolf.com.
This is Gina Randy again. We're back with the distillerychannel.com. I have a technology minute.
Well, you know what I'm going to do while you're doing that?
You're going to probably eat some
I'm going to eat some
cheese.
meat and cheese and drink. So,
You're going to listen to me for a while.
Technology
I'm going to
Minute.
talk.
All right, hold on just a minute. Technology Minute brought to you by Jean
Technology
Latham
by Jean Latham, Randy Weckerly.
in her sexiest voice.
Yes, absolutely. Okay,
no,
so
wait a minute.
listen.
No, just wait a minute before you get into that.
What?
We're going to get into that top 10 list of the drinks again.
Yes. Why are we going back there? I don't want to revisit that.
Because we just had a conversation.
That was a little humiliating.
About people that do bartenders.
Brunettes?
And you've indicated that
What?
potentially there was one in your past, and I want to get back to that in a minute.
Well, no, because I'm bringing up, the next thing I'm
All right,
talking
go
about is
ahead.
technology app. So the technology app is called the Barman.
Uh-huh.
It's got hundreds of drink recipes that you can create on your own. Actually, the other fascinating thing is that if you have like certain liquors and mixes in your cupboard, you could put them in there and it will tell you like what kind of cocktail that you can come up with. So the Barman, it actually started as a Kickstarter project.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with Kickstarter? Do you know what that is?
Only when my ex-wives
Kick
me
starter.
out.
No, it's not kick you out, Randy. It's like Kickstarter.
Oh.
No, it's Kickstarter. It's like for people
No,
that
I
want
know
to
what it is,
put projects together and they they go
Right.
out. It's like kind of like a GoFundMe kind of
Right.
thing. So
Right. Well, it's
anyway,
before GoFundMe.
But it did start out like that. But anyways, they are successful. They are very successful. It's how to make drinks with ingredients that you'll need, ingredients that you have in your cupboard. So anyways, it is available on both iOS and your Android. And so it's a great app. I have used it a couple times when I'm looking at the liquor cabinet and there's like, I have these 5 things. Like, what would I put together for an interesting cocktail? And that's part of what I do.
I've never known that about you.
Weird. It is so weird.
I didn't know that you needed. I do not believe that on any level. I don't.
That I would have to figure out how to put a drink together.
The first time that I went into Jean's apartment and I looked at in the cabinets.
Oh, mind you, I lived in an efficiency apartment in downtown Chicago.
650 square feet, 200 of which were filled by liquor bottles.
And really great cocktail glasses.
Absolutely.
And accoutrements.
I think she was just collecting because I'm sure she didn't.
No, they were.
I'm sure she never had any guys over there entertaining.
No,
Ever.
I didn't. Well, actually, you know what? I can't say that. I'm just saying that
Liar.
I know how to mix a good drink.
She did.
With what
And great appetizers. Great appetizers.
All right. Hey, let's go into
How about news and trivia?
News and trivia. So I have some, we're talking about Sonoma County, and just some interesting facts and figures.
Yeah.
And I know this can be a little bit dry, but I found this super fascinating.
No.
So first of all, it takes...
Go ahead.
Really?
No. Go ahead.
Keep eating, Randy.
Okay, go ahead.
Eat some more meat and cheese. And have another drink. No, it takes 3 years from the time that you plant. Nice. And Slurpee. Yeah, that's a Slurpee he's drinking, guys. Okay. So, no, it takes 3 years from the time that you plant your first crop before you actually will have grapes. So I thought that was a
Really?
pretty
That
pretty interesting fact. And, okay, so 1 acre of grapes equals 3,958 bottles of wine.
Holy
Think
crap.
about that.
Holy
Think
crap.
about that. I mean, that's 1 acre. I mean, that's pretty. So
How do they attach the wine bottles to the vines?
Well, you have to go out to Sonoma to check that out.
They
to
just
see,
tie them up there
to see how they roll it.
I don't
So
understand
actually, one grape, what it equals is 1 grape, 1 acre of grapes equals 15,940 glasses of wine.
Awesome.
Interesting. Think about that. Do the math. Do the math, guys. So 740 pounds of grapes equals 59 gallons of wine.
Take notes. This is an algebra problem, guys.
You know what?
What?
Oh, you think you're so funny, and you talk about stuff that makes me want to go to sleep too, but I don't do the
I'm
snoring
going to talk about the
noise.
wave organ.
No. Okay. Well, listen, just a couple more facts, a couple more statistics.
Right.
You know me. I'm pretty black.
What is that?
Statistics,
Okay.
Randy. Okay, so 59 gallons of wine equals 24.6 cases of wine, which equals 295 bottles of wine, which equals 1,180 glasses of wine. So, okay, anyways, I'm just saying, like, it seems like it takes a lot of grapes to make.
It's an amazing
bottles of
statistic when
wine.
you think about it. Really,
I know, it is.
one
It is.
acre makes 3,958 bottles of wine. Can you imagine that? Really?
I know.
Really, that's just really it's quite
I
fascinating.
can see the freaking fascination on your face right now. Oh my gosh.
Okay,
Seriously, he
now,
thinks he's interesting,
all right,
folks.
all
But
right.
sometimes,
Okay, now listen to this.
whatever.
Into this. So in San Francisco, a short drive away, has nothing to do with snow. I found this article. I thought you'd be interested in it. It's about an organ. About a wave organ.
An organ, like an organ that you pay?
Well, you always like to talk about organs. Anyway, no, this is a wave organ. They found a way to put a big, like PVC pipe near the ocean.
Yes.
And is the ocean?
How big is PVC?
Well, how big do you think 6 inches
Well, I'm going to
is?
say it's. Well, I didn't catch the 6-inch part. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's 6 inches. They put it near that, and
They
like
put
they
it
pick
near
up
the
on
ocean.
the waves, or what? What do they do?
And the bottom end goes down by the waves. And what happens is that the pipes carry the sounds of the water through them to create a variety of.
Ooh.
There you go. Well, you've been there.
Well,
That's a great invitation.
kind of. You know what? Actually, we know something close to that is
Mm-hmm.
there's a really cool blowhole. A blowhole
Wave
that I've
organs and
heard
blowholes.
in Kauai, on the southern shore of Kauai in
Yeah.
Poipu. There is a blowhole down there, and that does. It's like it's got a really like kind of like harmonic sound to it.
Yeah, in Maui they call them whales.
No.
Well,
It's
they have
a
blowholes.
blowhole down
Well,
there.
So do whales have blowholes.
Okay, well maybe possibly the same kind of sound, but I'm just saying what I have heard is in Poipu in Kauai.
Yeah.
In,
Well, you've been
in
there.
Hawaii. Yes, absolutely.
Did you take any clothes?
I did
Many?
put it in my backpack
That's what I was going to say.
with a pair of flip-flops.
Thongs, yeah.
Thongs?
Yeah, well, thong optional. Think of the wave organ. It says here very briefly, and get off this. Think of it like listening through a giant seashell combined with water lapping, gurgling, and bubbling within the pipes. So when you go to Sonoma, you can drive to San Francisco and see the wave hole, and then 30 seconds later, wonder why you did that.
But it sounds cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the ocean. I mean, I'm a Pisces, so I'm a water girl.
Yeah.
So I'm all about like anything that's
Yeah.
that's connected with water, and
Yeah.
that is
Well, there's more
My
to do
job.
in California, and a place that I really like is a place called Randyland.
Randy Land.
Yeah, artwork. That's all I'm going to
Weird.
say about that.
It's colorful.
Yeah,
Weird.
it's weird. What do we want to go to next?
You know what? I want to talk about the absolute. Okay, so
Yeah.
we've flown all over the country and all over the world,
Right.
and I want to talk a little bit about some of the most abhorrent bad behavior that anybody that flies very much
Right.
has experienced. So I'm going to talk about the absolute worst people to ever fly on an airplane.
I get okay. Go.
Go,
Mm-hmm.
go. Okay.
Now there are some pictures that you can go to.
Oh, yes.
That you when you get done looking at these pictures,
There's some visual stuff going on.
and it's called. We wish you were. We wish you. He simply says here. We wish we were joking, but take a look at the hit Instagram at passengers shaming, and you'll see what we're talking about.
I know. I think it was on like Thrillist, someplace that I
So
found
let's go
this
ahead.
information.
Let's do-
Okay, so one of the first things is we've all been there before. Okay, so you're flying economy, right?
Wow.
Not first class. We get to fly first class sometimes, but
Yeah.
we're flying economy.
We're going to get our own jet
And
after
when
this list.
you know you're in trouble,
Right.
when the person next to you lifts their armrest because they need more space.
Well, you've had people snuggle up to you.
I've had people snuggle up to me, and not in that way, though. I'm not real comfortable with people snuggling up to me.
There's no happy ending to that trip
I don't know about. Yeah. Like, so I'm sitting in a middle, sitting in a middle seat, right? There's person to the right, person to the left. I don't know either one of them. And the one person decides that actually, it's worse if the second person raises them too. Because now you're smushed. You're like, oh my gosh, you're in the middle of them.
They just want to brush up against you.
No, people's thighs are touching you that you don't even freaking know.
You could have a much better trip. Oh, your God.
We have all had that.
They just want a little comfort.
We have all had that.
And by the way, that's called it's called man.
Let me do the killer line here. Right. So we've had this, and it's called, and usually it happens with guys a lot that they do it because they're tall. Right. So it's called man spreading.
God. Oh.
It's like where your legs are sitting in your space, and you have man legs, big man legs, pushing against you on both sides in your little space in the middle seat. Very uncomfortable.
Well,
I'm like, dude, get your legs over to your side.
Right. Well, they had some other pictures in here that are rather disgusting, and some of them are toilet pictures, and
there was some bad stuff. Let's not talk about that.
No, I don't want to do that.
Because we've all been there,
right.
Like some bad things. Okay, how about the people that decide to put their feet in your back,
right.
between the seats, the crack of the seat,
right.
and they decide that they're going to use your back of your seat for an armrest, and they put their feet up there, and the next thing you know, you've got a smelly, stinky foot next to you, and I'm like, really?
Wow.
You need to put it back behind you.
Right. No, we have met some characters on some of these trips, and you just go, you got to be kidding me. The one interesting picture that you might want to take a look at was the girl that decided that TSA was going to be a pleasurable experience, and she just took off all her clothes down to her panties with no bra.
She's like, here I am.
Yeah, go ahead. Check
here
me
I
out.
Am. Head to toe, unless you want to do an anal
internal
orifice.
Yeah, the full body. All right. So I don't know if she had anything to hide. She's very taut and petite, but what are you going to do?
How about the kid that ranking on your seat behind you?
Yeah,
the kid that's screaming, the crying child on the plane, and there's 400 people on the plane, and he happens to be, or she happens to be behind you, racking on the back of your seat and kicking your seat.
And we also found out that people do not, TSA does not like to joke about firearms, guns, or knives. Who knew?
Bad idea to say what, Randy?
Nah, bad
idea to say what? Oh, yeah, I'm just kidding. I got a bomb on me.
Yeah.
Bad idea.
Yeah, no.
We've seen that happen in security lines, and we go through, that TSA, we have, what is that?
Pre-check.
The fast pass
pre-check.
Thing we have, yeah. But at the same time, people do really dumb things.
And why can't we never go to Canada?
We don't want to talk about that, Randy.
We can never go to
Canada.
Certain
things that people don't let you back into that country for.
Certain things that
happen.
And
I am not a criminal. I'm just saying.
DUI.
I'm just saying. I'm not a criminal.
Sometimes it just happened. It was not bad, but Canada has some really bizarre laws. They just eliminate some people.
Hey, have you ever been on the plane before where you have like some erratic, like crazy, junky football player that's like pissed off and really drunk because his team lost and he's on his way back home?
Yeah.
I'm not going to mention any states, but just saying, like, I don't know, like
Cleveland Browns,
49ers or somebody. I don't know. But anyways, they're pissed. They're angry and they're like drunk and unruly. And usually law enforcement ends up coming on the plane to drag their butts off it.
Yeah. Oh, here's some. I picked up a book that we enjoy looking at. Got a couple minutes here to fill in. It's called Who Knew? 4th of July Topics. 3 of the first 5 U.S. presidents, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, and James Monroe, died on the 4th of July. That's a true story. And James Madison, the 4th.
You just pulled that open?
Yeah, right there. Just fell open.
No
right
kidding.
There. Yeah, no kidding.
Hey, say that. Wait, say that again.
3 of the top 5. Well, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, James Monroe died on the 4th of July.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
We'll be back, Randy and Gene, on the DistilleryChannel.com. You know, Gene, one of the things we enjoyed the most is our trip to Maui.
Our trips to Maui.
Oh, yeah, that part. And staying in Hotel Wailea, Grand Wailea, and the Four Seasons, and
Weston.
Yeah, it was just amazingly wonderful. And we're going to go back there and take our listeners back on a listener trip sometime this fall or next spring, and the next fall after that, the next spring after that, for the next 2 or 3 years.
Through our Stations for Vacation, right?
Station for Vacation, yeah. Listener trips can be signed up now. You can come to www.thedistillerychannel.com or or to playgolf.com and join us on our upcoming trips. I guarantee you, from whale watching to watching the sun go down and having drinks on the ocean to having a great luau at the Grand Wailea and our friend.
It's actually more than that, though, too. We made some amazing friends while we were there, and so we got to do, we spent so much time over there that we found, like, some of the best restaurants and some of the best places to drink and great. Relax, and yes.
Great. Well, welcome back. We talked about Maui. We always get a little bit too passionate about that, and these are live feeds. And just for one more minute on that, we went up country to Kula.
Kula Bistro.
Yeah.
Kula Bistro. Actually, it's about 3,000 miles. 3,000
miles.
33,000 or 3,500 feet in elevation, going up Mount Haleakala. Yep. And amazing. It's on the side of the island that if you have never been up there, you have to take this trip. It is crazy. Yeah. It is the most scenic, most picturesque place that you're ever going to see. But Kula Bistro, one of our favorite places.
Well, probably
eat.
the favorite place.
Oh my gosh. So get this. It's an Italian restaurant sitting on the literally 3,500 foot level off the side of the mountain, but it's the best food ever. He is the world's one of the world's most renowned chefs.
Yeah.
Most
Luciano
humble, quiet, wonderful, respectful, interesting man that we've ever met, and a good friend of ours.
Yeah, if you're going to Maui, go up there and mention Randy and Jean.
To Luciano Zanin.
It doesn't get you a discount. It doesn't get you anything. The food isn't that expensive.
And, if you want to have some wine or cocktails, you have to either bring them with you or buy them across the street at the local grocery store.
And by the way...
Which also happens to be the post office.
And by the way, Luciano's place doesn't have a freezer.
No freezer. Everything is fresh.
No microwave.
They freeze nothing. No microwave. Everything is fresh. No. Everything is the specials daily are the food that is just whatever's seasonal for what's going on up there.
And by the way, this is not a commercial. We're not being paid for this.
It's not.
This is
he's just a dear friend of us.
Yeah.
And it is. It's like, and he does no marketing. That's the cool thing. Like you cannot find him on any tourism, sites or anything like that when you travel to Maui.
No.
It's all about, it's word of mouth. He has some pretty famous people. We won't mention those, but he has famous people. In fact, we're bringing a group there in the fall, and he it was difficult for him to accommodate even like 40 people because he has such loyal local customers.
Yeah, these are very famous stars that live up on the side of. Yeah, I wouldn't mention Oprah's name for anything after that. No.
Weird. Shh.
No, I didn't say that.
What?
I said I wouldn't mention that. No.
Okay.
No, nor the fact that he has served 5 presidents in his past.
Yeah.
Nor the fact that he puts all the food on all the net jets that fly in out of Maui now.
Yeah.
Other than that, he's just an average
anybody
guy.
familiar with net jets? It's
you understand
high-end.
He's serving, and again on that island, we've understood that people like the head of Microsoft and Apple, and a lot of those people, no, they don't eat up there at all. No.
Hey, let's go back to, we love Maui, but let's go back to Sonoma.
We do. We got to go back to Sonoma.
We love Maui.
We can't wait to get to Sonoma.
We have not been there. Neither one of us have. We've traveled all over the place, but we have not had the opportunity to go there.
We've done some fair research.
But we also know they have some pretty fantastic stuff going on out there. So let's see. 11 reasons Sonoma is the California gem that you need to visit.
On your way to Maui.
On your way to Maui. Actually,
there you go. Yeah,
but that is true.
That's why we lined the trip up.
A lot of people do stopovers in California,
Absolutely.
do a couple days there, and then on to Maui, because it is a long flight. Particularly if you come from the East Coast or the Midwest, we're talking 9 hours.
Right.
Depending
What's that
on
app that we just found out that you can sit there skip-legged or sky-tagged?
Skip-legged.
Skip-legged?
Skip-legged.
Sky-legged? Skip-legged?
Skip-legged.
I'm telling you, that is a great app.
Oh,
great
check
app.
it out. Yeah,
Put that
is.
on your phone. There's again, we're not getting paid for that, but it will give you the least expensive tickets if you just don't have to check your luggage.
Don't, if you could bring a backpack.
Yeah, it is.
But that's not true either. I mean, they're
really good.
I mean, they are really great rates. They do, but it's
and they have this little graph that you can sit and say, because we know that October, November is a great time to go
pick
to Maui.
your date, folks, and if you're flexible, pick a few different dates. You can find it. It literally shows you in graph form for 2-week periods at a time, like how you can find the most least expensive flight.
Yeah, it's a great app. Okay, now back to Sonoma.
So we're going to talk a little bit about Sonoma.
Yeah.
So Sonoma, his backdoor neighbor, or her backdoor neighbor, is actually Napa. It's literally, it's like Napa. Everybody knows about Napa.
Right.
But Sonoma is like its beautiful cousin.
Well,
on the beach, on the coast.
And honestly, I can't wait to get out there because of the coast and the riding around. And when Gene and I go on a trip, we actually do like to get very relaxed, engage with the locals. And there's nobody more fun to be with Jean Latham when she gets a little drunk.
Weird. I know. It's fun. It is fun. It is actually. There
are actually fraternity and guy groups around the country that, they honor Jean Latham.
My picture is in there.
It is.
Fraternities.
It's private. Well, she said that. I
years
did not.
Years ago, possibly. I don't know.
Sure.
Okay. First of all, guys, listen, the coastline is unreal. Hiking, biking, beach.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're an outsider, if you like doing outside things, place to go.
Yep.
Redwood forests.
Yep.
You also have, that's not going to tie in real well. I was looking at The Bachelor. The Bachelor film crew every once in a while apparently shows up there.
Oh, they do it.
Show.
They do it that one place. But there's also that one destination that we found out that you can actually go to San Francisco, get a car. This is a 3-day, 2-night trip. They give you a car. They'll put you up in a really exclusive hotel up in San Francisco. You get to take your car down the coastline. You end up down at, what is it? Carmel. By the sea. By the sea.
Yeah, that's south of there. Yeah. That's south of there, yeah.
Yeah, but the point of it is that there's so much to do in California.
Here's the other thing is, is what happens is, so you don't have to, everybody's going to go out there and they're going to imbibe in some, they're going to have great cocktails, you're going to have great wine, you're going to have great food. You want to relax, you want to chill, you don't want to have the responsibility. Right. I'm telling you, the ways to get around there, there are trains, there are trolleys, there are limos, buses, luxury liners of every shape and form. You get chauffeurs. You can get carriages. And, oh, yes, if you are very adventuresome, drink some wine and ride a bike. That sounds a little dangerous to me. And I do love biking, but I'm like, I don't know about that.
But being from Wisconsin, Gene, drinking and biking.
And biking might not you want to wear a helmet.
From the southwest side of Wisconsin's never been the same since Jean has left town. Although she's got the nicest parents in the world.
I do. I have lovely parents. My parents are 86 years old.
They had no idea that Saint Jean was
who they still believe I'm a saint.
There are still altars in the southwest Wisconsin to Jean's figure. If you know what I mean.
Hey, one of the other things that you can do there. Yeah. Okay, all right. So dating myself a little bit. Anybody out there that remembers Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds? Yep. Guess where that was filmed?
Colorado?
Absolutely. You're right. You win. Ding, 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 ding. No. No, it's Bodega Bay. Yeah. It's nearby. It's Bodega Bay. Bodega Head is actually where you're going to see the sunset. But you guys remember that freaky, okay, again, dating myself. That freaky show where everybody, the birds are diving? It was Bodega Bay in Sonoma County.
You know what our luck would be? Is that we'd be out there. Of course, they had a bad earthquake there about a year ago in Napa and Sonoma and all that. Really bad.
A couple years ago. I think it was a couple years ago now.
And it would be our luck that we'd be out there for the big one.
That would piss me off.
And then we'd be...
because I don't even live there. I have to put up with 6 months of cold and dark here in the Midwest.
So we're going to be out there in the San Andreas Fault, and what's going to happen is...
If I show up for 5 days and I get a earthquake... I'm going to be not happy.
No, they've often said that when San Andreas Fault goes into the ocean, that the coastline is going to be in Colorado.
Nice.
And we'll be in the part that's in the ocean.
We're going to be close to beachfront.
We'll have beachfront houses everywhere. Isn't that ridiculous? But that is one thing that, earthquakes there, they happen out there. That's right where the San Andreas Fault is.
They do.
A lot of fun.
Hey, last
Shaken,
point.
not stirred.
Oh, no. Wait.
What?
One more. I have one more last point on this.
It's the last thing.
All right. Do you realize that one of the wineries in Sonoma County actually has supplied the White House for, I think, 5 administrations?
Really?
Something like that?
Speaking of that, do you think the current administration...
Stop. Wait a minute. I want to mention this.
Okay, go ahead.
Iron Horse Vineyards. Joy and Lawrence Sterling.
I'll just sit here.
Whose parents are Barry and Audrey Sterling, founded the winery in 1979. They oversee the operations of this charming winery in Green Valley. It's a sub-region of the Russian River Valley.
Is there a test on this?
No, but I'm just saying, though.
Well, that's
they've served for
interesting.
the last 5 administrations. We were talking about the presidents earlier.
Yeah.
The last five
Isn't that
administrations,
amazing?
that's where the wine, some of their wine's coming from. I'm guessing that they get it from various places, but it is one of the main purveyors of wine for the White House.
You know, and we're not politically going to speak about this, but honestly, there's 350 million people in the United States right now, and we end up with 2 people running for president. One has just got done spending 4.5 hours with the FBI.
Yesterday.
Her husband spent time on a tarmac with the Attorney General. Nothing suspicious there.
Weird.
And then we have a wingnut on the other side that is just
Out there.
out crazy. And
Out
out of
there.
350 million people in the United States.
And we're not political, folks, but
No.
I'm thinking we are not the only ones that are
No,
thinking
you
like
sit back
this.
and you go, we love our country and we want everybody to do good. And, we wonder whatever happened to Tip O'Neill and Ronald Reagan sitting down opposite sides of the aisle. And we've got these 2 wingnuts that are running for president and have our future of our kids. And we got grandkids in place. Enough of the speech, but good Lord, that's why we drink.
Cheers.
Yeah, awesome. I mean, really? Seriously. There is nothing crazier than
Hey,
what's going on.
let's talk about something way prettier. Let's talk about the Sonoma wineries that have
Yeah.
awe-inspiring views.
All right.
First one,
Yeah?
Scribe.
Describe what?
Scribe. That's the name of the place.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
3 reasons that people go to Scribe: for the quiet, for the view, and for the wine. It's a boutique winery by appointment only.
We don't know this because they haven't invited us. All right,
I
Scribe.
know, but they
Sign
should.
up. Sign
They
up soon.
should.
Yep.
Because if they want people to come there, they should
We
be
can-
talking to us.
We can paint a much better picture on our show, Live Eco Style.
Exactly. Anyway, but no, it's a valley. The view of the valley is absolutely inspiring.
Yeah.
I'm just reading. I'm reading text here right now, but it sounds like amazing, beautiful.
Yeah.
Next one, Gustafson. The architecture of I'm sorry, I can't speak now.
How about Gustafson?
Gustafson Winery is blended with landscape, which
Drink
helps
more,
the
then you could talk plainer.
tone of the views of Lake Sonoma. Blah, 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 blah. Gary Farrell. Actually, this one I did look. I looked this one up.
Yes.
It is It's famed for 2 things. It's a knock your socks off view and a knock your pants off wine.
I'm ready to go, Gene. We're ready to go.
Anything that knocks your pants
Pants
off.
ready to go.
There you go.
Let's go back to that
Anyways,
top 10 list.
The what list?
The top 10 list. I'm gonna give you a drink called the what was that list?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, the top 10 list we had for drinks.
The
the leg
cocktail.
spreader.
Oh.
Sonoma. No, never mind. No good.
I don't think so, Randy. I think let's move
Redhead
on.
Piano Bar. No, we're back to.
Oh, the Red Hair Piano Bar. Awesome place.
Okay, go ahead.
Should
Are we
talk-
gonna briefly got to talk about our favorite guy, Adam Spiegel,
Yes. At the
Sonoma Distillery. What is that? Gosh, he is. We met him at the American Crafts Distillery. We're gonna have Adam on air next time, and he can tell us who he works for. Oh, that's right, he's the owner. But he has absolutely done a great job out in Sonoma, and he has.
Well, and the
It's a
interesting,
it's a distillery
but the
amongst
interesting
wineries.
thing is though, okay, so Sonoma's known for wineries, but they're known for he's known for their distilleries, and he
Right.
was a fascinating gentleman, young guy. We met him at the American Crafts Distillery Association in Chicago in March.
Yep.
We actually get this. We had to fly back from Key West
Love.
after spending 3 weeks in Key West.
Yep.
We came back to a cold, dark, dirty, snowing, blah, blah, blah. We came back for the conference. We did.
Right.
It was held at the Palmer House. We had amazing tasting. We did some fantastic, we had met some amazing people from all around the country.
Yeah.
But, Adam he's got it going on out there in Sonoma.
He is just a great guy, and we got about 2 minutes to wrap up here. His distilling company is called the Sonoma County Distilling Company. It is a distillery founded in 2010 in the heart of Sonoma County, tasked with producing high-quality whiskeys for the discerning whiskey drinker. He's just a great guy. He filled up the room. We can't wait to have him on air next time. I know we've sort of shortchanged Sonoma, but guys, we really do a great job when we go and we visit a location. Sonoma and in wine country in California, both Gene and I have been there quite a bit. We want to definitely go back. It's on our bucket list toward this fall, if my understanding is correct. We're going to go to Lake Tahoe. Our next show is upcoming, though, Gene. What are we going to do? Next show is going to be
We're going to go to Maui.
Maui. Yeah.
Right?
It's time to do a full show.
We're going back
on
to
that.
Maui, yeah.
Yeah.
Maui is deep in our hearts,
Yeah.
and we've had some. We have, like I said earlier in the show, we met some amazing people and had some fantastic experiences. And I know it's a bit of a flight for everybody, but it is well worth.
Well, then
the
we're going
flight
to
to
Key
get
West.
there.
We've been there. Key
Yes.
West we love. We're going to do Central Wisconsin, and we're going going to do Kiowa, and we're going to do Chicago.
And maybe
Can't wait.
Michigan. Maybe
Oh, yeah,
Michigan too, yeah.
Anyway, it's been great. Randy, Gene, tune in next time.
Sayonara, guys.
Sayonara. This show has been copyrighted by
And cheers.
Copyrighted by the distillerychannel.com. Live Eco Style Link. Great show.
Cheers to all.